Have you ever felt like gift giving has become more about spending money than sharing meaningful moments with loved ones? Or maybe you're dreading the upcoming holiday season because you know your budget is already stretched thin. Trust me, I've been there. But what if I told you that you could give amazing, thoughtful gifts without breaking the bank? That's what we're going to be talking about today. Hi, I'm Amber, today's host for the Debt Free Dad podcast, where we help normal, everyday people like you take control of your finances so you can live a happier, less stressful life. In 20 months, my husband and I saved and paid off $54,000 and have been living debt free outside of our mortgage since May of 2018. But before then, we were living paycheck to paycheck. And we were overspending during the holidays and dealing with the consequences later. But I've learned that you can absolutely give meaningful, memorable gifts without draining your bank account. So today, I'm sharing some of my favorite tips for thoughtful, budget friendly gifts that aren't going to stress you out or break the bank when holidays or even birthdays roll around. Here's the thing about gift giving, there's a lot of pressure. We often feel like we need to be spending big to show how much we care, right? Whether it's holidays, birthdays, weddings, you name it, it feels like if we don't go all out, it's just not enough. But here's the truth, you don't need to spend a lot of money to give a great gift. In fact, some of the most meaningful gifts aren't about the price at all. I've personally made that mistake multiple times over. There was always something extra the kids wanted as we got closer to the holidays that you felt you kind of needed to get because it was going to mean so much more. Or someone else was added to your list that you didn't originally plan for, but then kind of felt guilty or obligated or pressured to get them something because they were going to be there, they were joining your festivities they weren't originally going to, whatever the reason. So, if you're feeling that pressure, I'm here to tell you you're not alone. And there's a better way. We're going to talk about how to shift that mindset. First, let's discuss rethinking what makes a gift special. We're often led to believe that the more expensive the gift, the more it shows we care. But that's just not true. Think about the most memorable gifts you've received. For me, I've always loved the thoughtful ones that stand out. One year, my mom made my brother and I each a scrapbook of our childhood photos over the years. It wasn't expensive, but it was incredibly meaningful. The thought and the effort that went behind it, I will cherish that book forever. That's what matters most, thoughtfulness over price. When we focus on gifts that are personal and meaningful, the cost becomes secondary. Now, let's get into some practical ideas for budget friendly gifts that will help you stick to your budget while still giving something that feels special and thoughtful. Number one, DIY gifts. One of the easiest ways to save money is to make something yourself, whether it's creating a photo album or even making a simple craft, baking a batch of cookies, or even creating a batch of cookies. Have you heard of those where you put all the dry ingredients into a jar, label it? It just makes it easy for them. It's a cute little gift. DIY gifts are unique and super personal. Plus, they show that you've taken the time to make something special. Now, I get it. Not a lot of us are crafty, but DIY gifts don't have to be super crafty. A few years ago, I gave my dad a notebook, a plain old notebook that was sectioned off for father daughter dates. I put in things like a day of fishing, a movie night, dinner date, lunch date. And every time we went, we took a picture and he would put it in the notebook in the spots that I had slotted for the photo. And below that was him able to write what we did, what we talked about. And this really ties into our second budget friendly gift, which is experience based gifts. Instead of buying a physical item, because we all have too many knickknacks and physical things in our houses, give the gift of an experience. Plan a day out, offer to cook a meal, or arrange a movie night. These are the kind of gifts that create memories and they don't have to cost a lot. The third tip is create a memory jar or personalized letters. This is a heartfelt and affordable gift idea. Create a memory jar where you write down special memories, funny moments, or reasons you appreciate the person. You can decorate the jar or just keep it simple. Now, alternatively, you can write a series of personalized letters or notes that the recipient can open throughout the year, one for every month or a milestone. It's a thoughtful gift that will remind them of you all year long, and it's essentially free, aside from the materials that you have at home. Now, the fourth budget friendly tip would be regifting done right. Regifting can sometimes get a bad rap. But if you have something brand new that you've never used and you know somebody who would love it, why not pass it on? Just be mindful about how and when you do it and make sure it's thoughtful, not just something you're throwing away that isn't going to necessarily mean anything to that person. Now, we actually did this as a family where we made a rule that for our gift exchange one year, we could not buy anything. It was going to be something regifted from our house. Everybody had to bring something regifted for our gift exchange. And it was super fun. It got really silly and it didn't cost anything. And the memory of that night will be with me for a very long time. So much better than just a normal gift exchange where you went and got something generic. Now, the fifth one is gifts of service. Offering your time and your skills can be one of the most meaningful gifts. Create a coupon book offering services like babysitting, house cleaning, or cooking a meal. This gift is especially great for your parents or busy friends who can use a helping hand. Now, the sixth budget friendly gift idea are charitable donations. If the person you're gifting to is passionate about a cause, making a donation in their name can be a thoughtful and impactful gift. It shows you care about what matters to them, and it doesn't require spending a lot. And here's a bonus tip for you: making gift giving less stressful is all about planning ahead. I recommend making a small savings fund specifically for gifts. You don't need to set aside a lot, just a set amount each and every month. This way, when the holidays or a birthday rolls around, you're not scrambling to come up with the money last minute. And you can shop without feeling stressed. Also, keep an eye out for sales throughout the year. If you find the perfect gift and you have that money set aside, you can grab it when it's on sale and stash it away. As I wrap up today's episode, remember that giving gifts doesn't have to come at a high price tag. Thoughtfulness always beats cost. And by planning ahead and getting creative, you can give meaningful gifts that won't have you feeling financially strained. I hope you found these tips helpful as we approach the holidays, or for any time that you're thinking about gifts. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to subscribe to our podcast, leave us a review, and share this with a friend if you think that they could use our tips. Thanks for tuning in and happy gift giving.